Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you are. So, I'm going to give you guys some tips on staying clean and organized. So, my first biggest tip is finding your why. So, this will keep you motivated to constantly clean and keep organized. Contrary to popular belief, it is okay if part of your why has to do with something or someone outside of yourself. So, whether that's your dogs, your friends, your family, a spouse. For me, it was a little bit of both. Like, it was part of my self improvement, but it was also keeping a clean space for my dogs, keeping a clean space for my future spouse, and I wanted to be an inspiration, I guess you could say, to my friends or my family for wanting to help get their house organized and clean as well. So that could be your why. If you want to steal that why from me, you're more than welcome to. But that's what's kept me going. So it was a combination of both. It was rooted in self-improvement, but there was a lot of factors outside of myself that also really encouraged and motivated me to stay constantly clean and organized. And my second biggest tip, which has to do with keeping organized and clean, is I write out my to-do list every single day. So I write it out first thing in the morning, and then when I go to sleep, I also write out a to-do list for the next day. And that's whatever I need to do, whether that's cooking, cleaning, going to the park, a meeting with somebody, whatever it is. I think that's a very crucial step in keeping clean and keeping organized as well. And I also use this cute little ping pong emoji for whatever reason, because that's an indication that I completed it. So because I have this to-do list that I look at throughout the day, it keeps me on top of all my priorities. So segueing from the daily to-do list, I also write out weekly and monthly goals. So you can either have a separate little planner that you do for this, or you can write it out on an iPad. But I think writing down your weekly and monthly goals really helps keep up with your to-do list, especially if you just want to organize your time. Like, if you know you're not going to be able to wake up and completely clean out the garage on a Wednesday because you have to work or something like that, you can put that on your weekly goal list, like clean out the garage or clean out my closet. And then your monthly goals, I point to my iPad because this is what I write out with my monthly goals. But I think writing out your weekly and monthly goals can help you organize your time better so that you don't feel as overwhelmed. That's something that has really helped me keep up with my cleaning and organizing habits, as well as my productivity habits. And as I will show you guys right here, it helps to put separate sections in either your notebook or your iPad. So basically having one page that's your weekly goals, and then having a separate page that's your monthly goals, same as in your notes tab for your iPad. If you keep that separate, it just helps the brain from getting overstimulated and overwhelmed. My fourth biggest tip, and you'll see this one pop up on the internet a lot, but it really does help, is committing to decluttering. So I think that the best way to do this is if you walk around your house, you put sections of your house, or you write down on your phone, like whichever ones you want to get started first. So living room, kitchen, closet, garage, and you just write all of those things out, and then just completely throw away or donate whatever you don't need anymore. That will give your space, that will give your head, my bad, or your brain, that will give your brain like a clean slate to at least start off. So I think decluttering everything is really important, and it'll just help you take that step to continue to clean. And this one might be kind of a mommy tip, but it is true, is building the muscle memory of putting everything back in its place. And I'll have plenty of videos on how to organize certain spaces in your house so that you know where everything is at. But even something as simple as just putting, like, washing the dishes right away, or going ahead and doing a load of laundry as soon as you have a pile of dirty clothes. Like, something really simple as that is putting everything in its place continuously really helps build the habit of keeping clean. And I have faith in you that you'll be able to continuously put the stuff back in its place, because it really, really will help. So this is tip number 6, and this is a big one. This one isn't one that's talked about too often, But following influencers that are very clean and organized or that continuously talk about it, I have several influencers that I follow and I watch them pretty much on a daily basis. So that'll help keep your motivation up for keeping your space clean and organized as well. These people have been like really big inspirations to me and I watch them on a regular basis. So try to find people that you really like on social media that are very organized and clean because it'll help keep you motivated. And this is my tip number 7 that has to do with tip number 6. So this may not be for everybody, but this was a huge motivating factor for me is I recommend watching The Home Edit on Netflix and following the social media account, The Home Edit. I even bought their book that I have read and that I keep on my bookshelf. So after watching the series The Home Edit on Netflix, I followed their Instagram and seeing them pop up continuously really helped to continue to motivate me. Plus, I think that they just work really well together and I think their personalities are like interesting and they go well together. So I definitely recommend giving them a watch. And for tip number 8, which is still a social media based tip, is having a section or a collection on whichever social media you use, or even a notes section on your iPad or iPhone with cleaning and organizing tips. So saving those videos to watch later, or even having some notes to look on later, I think will also ease the process pretty much of getting into cleaning and organizing and keeping up with it more so. Tip number 9 would be keeping your cleaning essentials in a specially located and preferably organized area so you always know where your cleaning supplies are. So it'll keep the cleaning process a lot faster and a lot smoother if you already know where all your cleaning essentials are located. This is a quick example of underneath my kitchen sink. So these are my counter cleaners, oven cleaners, wipes, dish detergent, dish pods, and trash cans. So for tip number 10, this has to do with your to-do lists in a way, but figure out what your high traffic areas are. So mine is my kitchen and my living room. So knowing what your high traffic areas are can be the ones that you know that you need to prioritize the most every single day. What your high traffic areas are really just the areas that get dirtiest the fastest. And for tip number 11, I know this one might be one that not that many people really think about, but I've discovered in my cleaning and organizing habits is I typically organize my task as a really small and easy task like wiping down my kitchen counter, and then right in the middle I organize the task that I really don't like doing, which is like putting away clothes, and then after that I'll have another medium or easy task. So I think organizing it that way helps prevent procrastination. So wipe the counter, take out the trash, or again, whatever, that's a task I don't really like, but a task that you don't really like that is really hard, and then right after that, reward yourself with an easier task. So really easy task you don't really like, and then a super easy or medium task right after that. I think that prevents procrastination. And that's been a huge tip that's really helped me that I found for myself works and that I want to share with other people because I think that's an interesting way to set your day up. Or really just set yourself up for success more so. And for tip number 12, invest in some good cleaning products that will make your life easier. So my robot vacuum and then my Bissell cleaner for my couch, because my dogs have a ton of pet hair, has really, really helped me. And also, I'm sure that there's lots of websites and references. If these things are like a little out of your price range, there's always people reselling these used items. So looking for used items, if you can't really afford them, then I think that is a great option because these cleaning products have made my life so much better, especially the Shark vacuum because I have an Australian Shepherd and she has so much hair. So every single day I run that Shark vacuum. So investing in cleaning products that will make your life easier will really help your habits as well. So tip number 13, also my favorite number, another unique one is sitting with yourself and deciding, okay, do I want to make a dramatic shift on my cleaning and organizing habits, or do I want to make a small shift? So I think another thing that helps with this is like me personally, I made a dramatic shift because it was one of my New Year's resolutions. So if you want to make a dramatic shift in your cleaning and organizing habits, it doesn't have to wait until the new year. You can put it on a specific date or a specific month. Like, okay, on March 1st, I'm going to start doing this, or on August 1st, I'm going to start doing this, or next week on the 15th, whatever your favorite number is, that one kind of helps too, is when I am going to start cleaning and organizing better. And only you know yourself best if you want to have just a total dramatic shift, or if you just want to do it in little steps, which is what all of my to-do lists really help with too. So thinking about that, I think, can really help, and that's definitely really helped me as well. And for tip number 14 is don't be afraid to constantly set reminders on your phone, especially if you're not in the habit yet of making to-do lists and making your weekly and monthly goals quite yet. Then setting reminders on your phone constantly, that'll really help you to remember. And that could be something really little, or that could be something really big, like make sure to clean the dog bowls, wipe the counter, whatever it is. I use the reminder section on my phone all the time, more so for other things that I have to do because I've already built the habit of cleaning and organizing. But don't be afraid to constantly set reminders on your phone or whatever device you use for your cleaning and organizing habits. And tip number 15 is have some grace for yourself. I think constantly having to-do list and having the weekly and monthly list as well, like when I sit back and I can organize my time and organize everything I need to do, it helps me feel more at peace, it helps me feel more at rest, and it just overall organizes better. Helps me organize my life. I don't know why I'm stuttering so much in this video, but it helps me organize my life better. So it's okay to sometimes get a little overstimulated and to get a little overwhelmed, especially if you have a lot of things that you want to do during the day. But writing everything out and writing the times and dates that you want to accomplish these things as well will really help you feel more at rest and more at peace and not make you feel as stimulated. And I also want to remind and encourage you that you will eventually build that muscle memory. It really doesn't take that long, especially if you do all of these tips and basically advice that I've given you. That muscle memory will automatically build. So I still encourage you to continue to do the to-do list and stuff like that. But even the habit of like putting everything back in its place, that's another really simple one. Have grace and trust yourself and know that you will build that muscle memory and you will get clean and organized. If you just stay on it, you will do it. And last tip number 16 is do not be afraid to constantly declutter. I am constantly throwing things away, obviously not super meaningful things, but I'm constantly throwing things away. I'm constantly taking my trash out, cleaning my fridge. That is a huge process that will continuously help you keep everything clean. So just declutter as much and as often as you can. I really hope you guys enjoy these tips. I will include a screenshot at the very end of the video if you guys want to screenshot and save these advice and tips for cleaning and organizing, and I will definitely do more videos on this in the future. But I hope that some of these tips were unique and a little unheard of, and let me know if I said anything that helped you guys.